Holy Spirit, come. Holy Spirit, dwell here in this house.
My grace is sufficient for you is what God said to him.
Mhm.
And it's crazy because we're in this place where it's, we are self-sufficient, we're self-made people, we are self-sufficient, and we will take care of it, and we don't need anyone's help. And I'm like, okay, well, then why don't you not use your cell phone for like 3 days? Like, don't pick it up. We're so self-sufficient. Go out to that garden and pick that food that you're going to feed your family. Oh, wait, you don't have a garden. I feel like our churches get bogged down with this. Believers get bogged down with the idea of, forbid curiosity. Like, don't be curious, because that would denote that you don't have the certainty. If you don't have the certainty, then my goodness, how are you going to be the light of Christ to others if you're not certain? And how are you going to deal with your trials if you can't turn them into the testament that fits the mold to call other people? Oh my goodness, did you read the newspaper today? There's some people that it feels like maybe he was, I don't know, not there at the time. We can get very cut down very quickly by trying to figure out this suffering thing, because needing comfort, you don't need comfort if you're not uncomfortable. You don't need comfort if you're not suffering, right? No one needs comforted if they're comfortable. And so it's kind of like, well, it's this little fight we have with ourselves. And I'm saying we, but I really should just speak for myself. He's the Archbishop of Canterbury.
Current guy?
Justin Welby. Welby. And he said, I thought it was really profound. I was listening to an interview with him, and he said something like, it seems to me that pastoral answers to suffering tend to be theologically inadequate, and that the theological answers to suffering tend to be pastorally inadequate. And yet all of that seems to have something to do with the shape of the cross and Jesus's experience. And he talks about how, the Pharisees are the first ones. If you are the Son of God, just come down from your cross, just fix it, And then the women were the pastoral, or at least I would think he was alluding to them being the pastoral answer to suffering, and they stood at the foot of the cross and presumably wept.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's good.
It's really tricky. What I do know just personally is that if you don't need comfort now, then you will. And if you needed it yesterday and not today, it doesn't mean that you don't need it again, that you're not going to need it tomorrow. One of the best things that ever happened to me, I don't like the way it came about, and I don't really want to repeat the experience, but I was quite sick. I was in humongous amounts of pain. I had just had a procedure, and I think that a little bit of my bowel was pierced, and they took some big adenomas out, some precancerous tumors out, and my doctor was amazing. He was taking care of me the best that he could, and we were waiting for a hospital room. And my husband was with me, and he was standing by the bed, and he's just, being quiet and patient and holding my hand, and I'm sure doing his own amount of praying quietly, internally. And I remember laying there, and I had happened to be in a season where I was really trying to follow Jesus. I was just trying to follow him. And I remember thinking, okay, what can I be grateful for right in this moment? Where are you in this moment? Which is a scary question. Like, if you're in the throes of trauma, of of physical, mental, or emotional threat. It's a big question. It's a scary question when you are a believer to say, where are you in this? Like, where are you? What in this moment can I be grateful for? What can I be grateful for? What can I be grateful for? Well, my daughter at the time was like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, I don't know. And we hadn't had her tested yet. So I was grateful for her, but I couldn't be like, oh, I'm grateful that my daughter doesn't have this disease, because I didn't know if she did or not. And then I went to my old steadfast thing when I'm in immense amounts of pain and I'm scared, and my body, the very thing that let me be a mother, the very thing that lets me enjoy life and food, and is also such, man, she's a treacherous thing sometimes. Sometimes she's just trying to kill me. And so this one refrain that I would go to often was, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. That was like the grit your teeth and bear down to get through the next minute. And then the next minute was the, this too shall pass. This isn't forever. This isn't forever. And I was like, no, 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 no. That is being grateful for what will be. Right now in this second, what can you be grateful for? And I remember feeling like, it's not that the pain went away, and it's not that my situation changed, and it's not that some wonderful nurse came over with a plunger of medicine to knock me out, which is what I wanted. Like, please just hit me with a 2x4. I don't really have to be awake for this, right? What completely comforted me in that moment was, this world can do its worst and it will never take you from me. That was the comfort. That was the sometimes you don't physically get rescued. Sometimes it's your soul, you know.
Fill this
Dang it,
church
Alex.
with joy